Good evening, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome to Cavalier Field in Dodge City, home to your Dodge City A's. It is game 2 in this 3-game series between the visiting Colorado Rough Riders and the Dodge City A's. The A's took game 1 in convincing fashion last night, a 16-3 run rule decision in 7 innings for your Dodge City A's. And they are looking to secure at least the series split tonight. This is game 2 of this 3-game series, game 3 of 4 overall in the series between the A's and Rough Riders. The A's riding a 4-game winning streak after 3 straight wins earlier in the weekend against the Denver Cougars. And then, of course, last night's win, so the A's looking to go for 5 in a row here tonight. The A's, as we take a look around the league, it is the Liberal BJs leading the Rocky Mountain Baseball League at 16-1, followed by the Hayes Larks at 16-3. Your Dodge City A's in a tie for third right now at 11-9, also with the Game Day Angels. Should the season end in a tie for some reason, the tiebreakers, according to the league website, goes on percentage, which the A's are tied in percentage. Then runs against, and the A's would win that one as they have a record of 161 runs for and 132 runs against. Then it goes to the Game Day Angels. They have a record of 165 runs for and 147 runs against. So the A's with the tiebreaker right now with 15 fewer runs against to be in the top spot of third. Then in fifth, it is the Denver Cougars. They are 10-14 overall, followed by the Colorado Springs Outlaws at 8-16, the Fort Collins Foxes at 5-14, and the Rough Riders at 4-15 overall in the league standings. The A's, after last night's win, come into tonight's contest 14-15 overall on the season. So a win tonight would not only give the A's sole possession of third place, it would also draw even at 15-15 overall on the season. So that is where we stand currently. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups. Starting lineups. First for the visiting Rough Riders, leading off, center fielder, number 1, Sam Morris. Batting second, shortstop, number 13, Wes Miller. Batting third, third baseman, number 12, Keegan Soltis. Batting fourth, second baseman, number 7, Dominic Bronk. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 27, Mark Hamry. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 25, Dom Folk. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 14, Cam Gardner. Batting eighth, catcher, number 34, Braden Miracle. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 24, Jack Hamilton. Starting pitcher for the Colorado Rough Riders is number 21, Garrett Blankenbiller. The starting lineup for your Dodge City A's, leading off, second baseman, number 10, Roberto Gonzalez. Batting second, designated hitter, number 9, Brendan O'Sullivan. Batting third, first baseman, number 14, Carson Wright. Batting fourth, third baseman, number 34, Artie Ramirez. Batting fifth, right fielder, number 8, Jacob Klanowski. Batting sixth, shortstop, number 2, Andrew Ramirez. Batting seventh, center fielder, number 6, Michael Widener. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 4, Arubiel Duran. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 27, Angelo Zazzarino. Starting pitcher on the mound for the A's tonight is number 16, Tyson Pereira. And the A's come into tonight's contest 14-15 overall on the season, 11-9 in the league standings. So We are getting ready for the first ceremonial pitch. Tonight is Lewis Automotive Night, one of our sponsors. And the first pitch has been thrown down, so we will be hearing the starting lineup shortly. So let's take a look and go back. So the A's against the Rough Rider back on June the 22nd. They saw Garrett Blankenbiller. He started that game. He went 5 innings, gave up 9 hits and 7 runs, walked 4 and struck out 4 and gave up 1 home run. So that he is the starting pitcher tonight for the Rough Riders. The A's in that game, they started Riker Sullivan. Sullivan went 4 innings in that game. And that was a game that the A's led 8-1. And by the end of the 7th inning, the A's were in a 8-7 game. The A's come back and tied the game in the top of the 9th at 10 apiece, and then gave up a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th to allow the Rough Riders to win that one 12-10. That game played on June the 22nd in Colorado. And then, of course, last night, your Dodge City A's went on an offensive explosion. They scored 8 in the 2nd and 7 in the 5th to give us and then 1 in the 6th. That gave us a 16-3 decision. A run rule decision in favor of the A's. So we are headed into tonight's contest. We're going to step aside as we are about ready for the national anthem. We'll be back shortly here with first pitch. We'll be back after the national anthem. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Tyson Pereira getting the start on the mound tonight for your Dodge City A's. Let's take a look at his stats. Tyson Pereira comes into tonight's contest. Making his 6th appearance overall. He has pitched 25.1 innings coming into this contest, a record of 1-3 overall. Has given up 29 hits, 23 runs, 18 earned, walked 14 and struck out 26 and hit 5, an overall ERA of 6.395 for the starting pitcher Tyson Pereira. It is Sam Morris leading off for the Colorado Rough Riders. He will face Tyson Pereira, takes the first pitch he sees at 7:05 p.m. and fouls it off for strike number 1. The 0-1 delivery, that one's fouled off down the third base line. Down in the count, 0-2 is Morris. Pitch, hit on the ground, fielded by third baseman Artie Ramirez. Throw to first with Carson Wright, fielded in time, and out number 1 for the Rough Riders. 3 pitches and 1 out so far in this inning, and that will bring in Wes Miller. First pitch to Miller outside, and ball number 1. The 1-0 delivery outside again, 2-0. 2 consecutive, what appeared to be cutters from Tyson Pereira. Sam Morris in last night's game led offs. He went 4 at-bats and struck out once. Wes Miller in the 2-hole last night scored 1 run, walked on twice, and struck out once. Currently 3-0, the count to Wes Miller. A 4-pitch walk and runner aboard for the Rough Riders. That will bring in Keegan Soltis. Soltis in last night's game was the third baseman, the left fielder, and also a pitcher. Scored 1 run, 2 hits, drove in 1, and struck out once. First pitch he sees right down Broadway for strike number 1. Tyson Pereira making his 6th start overall for the Dodge City A's. That pitch just misses, evens the count at 1 apiece. So after 3 pitches for out to lead off, it was a 4-pitch walk to Wes Miller. And now in the count at 2-1 is Keegan Soltis. Wes Miller, kind of deja vu. He walked on his first time up last night. And then Soltis and Bronk went back-to-back Ks. That was in last night's game. Now tonight, Soltis in the count at 3-1. That pitch fielded down the third base line, but foul, and now 3-2. So we will see the payoff pitch from Tyson Pereira. Pitch swung on and missed. A cutter that was breaking clear across the plate. Soltis goes down swinging, and that will bring in Dominic Bronk. Bronk in last night's game hit in the 4-hole as well. Scored 1 run, 2 hits, struck out once. 2 away, and Bronk takes the first pitch he sees and sends it down the third base line, but foul. Strike number 1. The 0-1 delivery from Tyson Pereira. Ball's hit on the ground, fielded by third. Throw to Roberto Gonzalez covering second. Out number 3 for the Rough Riders. We are headed to the bottom of the first. Roberto Gonzalez, Brendan O'Sullivan, and Carson Wright due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. We are headed into the bottom of the first. Roberto Gonzalez leading off for the Dodge City A's. Gonzalez did not play in last night's game. He did play against the Rough Riders in the first game back in June. He'll take the first pitch he sees. It's sent out into left center field. It drops in on a hit. The leadoff runner aboard for the Dodge City A's. I'm joined in by Tyler Toby.
Good to be here, Justin.
That will bring in Brendan O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan, the designated hitter tonight for the A's. He will face the right-handed Garrett Blankenbiller. As I said earlier, Blankenbiller did pitch against the A's. He started the game back on June the 22nd. A 5-inning outing for Blankenbiller. First pitch to O'Sullivan in for strike number 1. Pitch misses up high. Now evens a count at 1 apiece. Throw over to first, not in time, and rightfully so. The Rough Rider should be concerned with the speed of Roberto Gonzalez on the base paths.
Yeah, Roberto's definitely a quick base runner, but he's also a smart base runner, so that's what makes him really dangerous.
Pitch in, misses. Now 2-1.
As you can see, a little fake steal there, too, to keep the catcher on his toes.
Gonzalez quick enough. He gets a good lead off of first. At pitch in, it's hit out into center field. The center fielder Sam Morris tracking it back about 6 feet or so in front of the warning track. Out number 1 for the Dodge City A's. That will bring in Carson Wright. Wright came in last night in relief of Ryan Davis. Had 1 hit. Throw over to first again, but not in time. So we'll see just how aggressive the Dodge City A's elect to be on the base paths tonight. Gonzalez takes off. Throw down into second. Tag is applied, but Gonzalez in safely, and 0-1 count now to Carson Wright.
Yeah, that's a tough one. The pitcher did kind of an in-between leg lift, in-between slide step. That's a tough one to go on. I believe that was a fastball as well. So Roberto's wheels getting it done there.
It was the way it looked from here.
Yes.
That pitch in and misses to the outside, brings a count to 1-1, I believe. Swung on and missed, and that should bring the count to 1-2 if I'm correct. Okay. I was not. 2-1. Carson Wright check his swing, got it done. Now 3-1. Runner on second. 1 away.
He's going to look to drive it here to the opposite field. Carson's got a lot of oppo power.
That one hit right back at the pitcher, Blankenbiller. He's down on the ground. Gonzalez rounding third. He's coming home. The A's will take an early 1-0 lead. Blankenbiller's back up on his feet. I'm not sure if that one actually hit him or not, or if he did get out of the way.
Yeah, it looks like he hit the deck just in time, Justin.
Either way, coach is going to come out, check on his pitcher. So the A's with an early lead here in this one, and that brings in Artie Ramirez. Appears that Blankenbiller is good and will go back to play. A quick word from the catcher Miracle with his pitcher. We'll go back to action. It is Artie Ramirez stepping in for the Dodge City A's. Runner on first after the RBI single from Carson Wright. So that brings in Ramirez. Artie in last night's game did not play. So 0-1 the count to Artie.
Artie's definitely a power threat here with the wind blowing out tonight.
Indeed. The heat is on in Dodge City. Talk about the wind. The heat's up too. That pitch in strike number 2. Let's take a look at it.
It doesn't look like it's cooling off anytime soon either.
No. Currently 95, feels like 96. Winds blowing out of the south-southeast at 17 mile an hour. That pitch is fouled off and comes back up just shy of the stands. That'll send some kids running to go turn that ball in for $1. So we'll do the 0-2 over again. So we were talking the heat continuing to build in southwest Kansas. Highs for the foreseeable future, 100 plus. A swing and a miss, and Artie Ramirez will go down on strikes. 2 away now for the Dodge City A's, and that will bring in Jacob Klinowski. Klinowski in the game against the Rough Riders in Colorado. Had a total of 5 at-bats, but did not record anything official.
That was a great road trip for Jacob. He really hit the ball well.
In fact, he did make contact out there, put it on the ground, flew out, and flew out.
Yeah, that's baseball.
0-1 the count to Jacob Klinowski. Pitch misses outside, evens the count at 1 apiece. Klinowski opting to take his stance more towards the outer side of the batter's box. Pitch comes in and misses, now 2-1.
Yeah, Jacob really likes to exaggerate an open stance into a closed stance. Looks like it really helps him get his legs involved.
Three and 1 the count now to Klinowski. Ball's hit in the gap between second and third. That will put runners at first and second for the Dodge City A's. That will bring in Andrew Ramirez. Andrew did play in last night's game. Andrew, the younger brother of Artie Ramirez. Andrew in last night's game scored 2 runs, 1 hit, drove in 1.
And I believe that hit was a scorching double off the wall.
It was. Andrew Ramirez was on base 3 of his 4 at-bats last night, got on an error, the double that we talked about, and then was hit by pitch. 2-0 the count now to Andrew. Pitch in and misses low, now 3-0. One of the things that the A's have been much more disciplined on here later in the season, taking balls and being able to work pitch counts up. 3-0 delivery. Say catches the inner edge, and strike number 1. Pitch misses, and that will load the bases. That brings in Michael Widener. Widener made 1 appearance in last night's game. Unfortunately, it was a strikeout. Michael will step in the box with bases loaded and 2 away in the bottom of the first. Pitch misses outside. 1-0.
Starting to look like last night again, Justin. Not a lot of strikes from the other side.
Unfortunately, true. At pitch, driven out into left center field. Oh, the plate off the glove. Went careening towards right. Widener's digging for third. He's got it.
Wow.
So the A's now lead this one
Could have been the
4-0.
Could have been the shade, you think, from the scoreboard, maybe that
Could have been.
looked like he wore it off his face.
He wore it off of somewhere. I don't know if it was off his glove or off his face, but it hit something and then careened to the right about 10 feet. Coach is going to go out and check on his left fielder, Jack Hamilton. For those of you that are wondering, Jack Hamilton was the starting pitcher in last night's game.
Yikes. That's probably not a good feeling.
That Hamilton having a rough trip in Kansas right now, unfortunately. So let's get your take on this one, Tyler. How do you score that one?
Well, it's got to be an error.
There's an error there, yes. Do you give it the hit and then the error?
No, I would say that would be simply an error. It didn't look like he was diving yet. It looked like it was on the run, and in a spot in the yard where it looked like he could have tracked it down, but just hit him in the face.
Yeah, he was definitely on it. It hit some part of his body. We know that much. Whether it was his glove or his face. I don't know what he wore it off of, but he wore it.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe it's a mixture of the intense sun right now. The ball probably looked really, really white, and then it goes under the shade and you kind of lose it while you're on the run. I mean, that's my only explanation for this here.
Well, it looks like we're going to make some sort of change. We're going to send Chacon. Looks like Ryan Chacon is going to go out to left field. The good part is I don't see any blood on Jack Hamilton's uniform, so that is a good part. Jack Hamilton was shaking some things off as he came in. So defensive change for the Rough Riders. It is now Ryan Chacon out in left field.
Yeah, he's lucky that ball, it was hit well, but not quite on a line. So that could have saved some velocity to the face there. Could have hit his glove as well. I couldn't quite tell.
So, a few warm-up pitches allowed for Blankenbiller. And we will resume play with Arubio Duran stepping in. And Duran has not played yet against these Rough Riders. He takes the first pitch he sees from Blankenbiller for strike number one. Michael Widener standing on third after his bases clearing triple error, I guess is what you want to call that. We'll call it the bases clearing error. 1-1 the count to Duran. That ball down into the legs of the catcher, Miracle. 2-1. The catcher, Braden Miracle, was getting his work in last night and appears is going to be doing the same thing tonight. At pitch, up and at the head of Duran, sends Duran ducking. He's going to take a walk around.
Yikes, that was high and tight.
Could almost call that a little bit of Chid music, but that was right at his head. 3-1. At pitch, it's hit up the elevator shaft. Shortstop covering. He's got it out in shallow left field. That will end the inning for the Dodge City A's, but not after they score 4 to take the lead early. We'll be back with the top of the second. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Leading off in the top of the second, Mark Hamry. Hamry takes the first pitch he sees, a swing and a miss, and down in the count, 0-1. Tyler and I were just talking about another swing and a miss, and down quickly, 0-2 is Hamry. We were talking about the series of events in Colorado. A home run that was called off foul.
Yeah, quite an interesting game. There was 3 home runs hit by the Rough Riders, and only one of them counted, and that was the home run that ended the game.
Indeed.
One of them was a foul ball called by the umpires that was in fair territory, and the other one came about because the guy who hit it was speaking not so kindly to our pitcher while he was rounding second, didn't touch second, and then got called out.
Curveball from Tyson Pereira gets hammered down on strikes. He goes out on a 1-2 count. He'll go down looking, and that will bring in Dom Folk. Now, there was a very, very strange series of events in that game, and has been in several games that the Dodge City A's have been involved in.
Yes, I
A
agree.
couple of questionable fair foul calls right here at Cavalier Field even.
Yeah, that has seemed to have been a theme this summer.
1-0 the count now to Dom Folk. Catches his own, evens the count at 1 apiece. But, that's my parents would say, that's why you play the game. When misses up and away, brings the count to 2-1 to Dom Folk. The 3-1 delivery. It's hit on the ground. Runner aboard for the Rough Riders. That brings in Cameron Gardner. Gardner last night for the Rough Riders counted for 2 hits. First pitch he sees from Tyson Pereira misses outside for ball number 1. Tyson Pereira, one of 3 Dodge City's A's pitchers that has gone a complete game this season. That pitch over the inner part of the zone, strike 1. That game, a 5-inning outing that was called early due to weather against the Colorado Springs Outlaws back on June the 12th for Pereira. He got the win in that one as well as going the complete game. 4 hits, 3 runs, walked 4, and struck out 7. Pitch misses inside, now 2-1.
Yeah, Tyson definitely has good stuff. His off speed is what really sets him apart. A lot of break on his off speed, which creates a lot of strikeouts for him.
Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 2 apiece. Tyson's last outing, a 4.1 inning outing against the Hayes Larks on July the 6th. That pitch hit out to left field. Zazzarino tracking. He's got it. Out number 2 for the Rough Riders. That will bring in the catcher, Braden Miracle.
That was a great read from Zaz out there and left. He actually was a pitcher for the last season at San Joaquin Delta College. And, he came here and is playing a lot of outfield and he's doing a great job. It's impressive to see him shift back onto the field.
First pitch into Braden Miracle, catches the inner part of the zone, strike number 1. And yes, Tyson is effective and efficient.
Absolutely.
Swing and a miss, and down quickly in the count. 0-2 is the catcher Miracle. Last night's contest, struck out twice. pitch in and catches the inner part of the zone, and the catcher Duran was out of the box well before that strike call was made. That will end the inning for the Rough Riders. We are headed to the bottom of the second. It will be Angelo Zazzarino, Roberto Gonzalez, and Brendan O'Sullivan due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Leading off for the Dodge City A's is Angelo Zazzarino. The A's sent 8 batters to the plate in the bottom of the first. Zazzarino takes the first pitch he sees and fouls it off for strike number 1. That pitch misses and evens a count at 1 apiece. It's fouled off and out of play over into the field to our right. 1-2 the count to Angelo Zazzarino. Pitch misses inside. That will even the count at 2 apiece. That one down low, a full count now for Zazzarino. The payoff pitch coming from Blankenbiller. A leadoff walk, and the A's have the runner aboard. We'll be back at the top of the order with Roberto Gonzalez. Gonzalez singled his first time up.
We'll see how the third baseman plays him. Roberto has laid down some pretty impressive bunts so far this summer.
Third base is coming in, acting like he could be expecting a possible bunt. Playing just at the edge of the green. Gonzalez takes the first pitch. He sees it sent out into center field, played off the hop. Runners on first and second now for the Dodge City A's.
Nice swing there from Roberto.
And that brings in Brendan O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan flew out his first time up. Just so we stay on track, Roberto Gonzalez, he came into tonight's contest. He is hitting .396 on the season, a .482 on-base percentage. Brendan O'Sullivan, he'll take the first pitch he sees for strike number one. O'Sullivan is hitting .329 on the season, a .424 on-base percentage.
And he's got quite a bit of power, too. 3 home runs, I believe.
4.
4 home runs.
That pitch misses inside, evens the count at 1 apiece. Miracle's going to go out and have a quick conversation with his pitcher Blankenbiller. I can see Jack Hamilton up. He's on the rail in the dugout, holding ice on his arm, I believe. The 1-1 delivery. That ball's hit out into right field. Thrown in quickly. 1 away for the Dodge City A's. No advancement. So that will bring in Carson Wright. Wright singled his first time up. Wright steps into the batter's box tonight. He's hitting .350 on the season, a .500 on-base percentage. He takes the first pitch he sees and sends it out into right center field. The right fielder or center fielder there to gather it in. The throw in to third was offline. Zazarino advances. Runners on the corners now for the Dodge City A's with 2 away.
Zaz is another guy on this team that has a lot of speed. Looked like he slipped a little bit there at the start, but definitely made up for it.
Indeed. That brings in Artie Ramirez. Ramirez struck out swinging his first time up. He is hitting .361 on the season, .395 on base percentage. First pitch he sees in for ball 1. I would have to go do some digging in the stats, but the A's still a very dangerous team with 2 outs. That pitch popped up and over the press box. Strike number 1. The 1-1 delivery from Blankenbiller. He comes set. Gonzalez takes off. He's in at second. The steal to home. That scores Zazarino. And Roberto Gonzalez is in safely at third. The A's now lead 5-0. As the throw home was online, but appears to have bounced off the glove of the catcher Miracle. We'll resume play to Artie Ramirez with a 1-2 count. Ramirez takes that one. It's fouled off and out of play, and we'll do the 1-2 over again.
Artie had a pretty nice play. I believe it was the first inning at third base. Traditionally a catcher. He's only played third a few times so far this summer. But he definitely looks very confident out there.
1-2 offering was down low and evens the count at 2 apiece. Runner on third with Roberto Gonzalez. Already fouls that one off. We'll do the 2-2 over again. Another interesting thing that we were talking about, well, we talked about several things. Every A in the starting lineup last night scored in last night's game.
Wow.
Ramirez takes that one. It's hit down the third base line and out of play. Foul again. We'll do the 2-2 over yet again. Brock Denbo scored twice. Alex Cummings scored once. Izzy scored twice. Andrew Ramirez scored twice. Brendan O'Sullivan 3 times.
Wow.
Full count now to Artie Ramirez. The payoff pitch from Blankenbiller is fouled back into the screen, and we'll do the payoff over again. Rough Riders tonight. White t-shirt tops. I believe black letters. The A's in their yellow tops with green letters and numbers. Payoff pitch again. Again, it is fouled off, and
It's good to see guys working counts. The Rough Riders, their bullpen is not very deep at this point in the summer. So if we can work it to their bullpen, it should be hopefully game over.
10th pitch of the at-bat coming to Artie Ramirez. That pitch.
And on the hands a bit.
Fly out into left field. It will drop in for a hit. Ramirez starts to round first, retreats back. The A's now leading this one 6-0.
Gets it done.
That will bring in Jacob Klinowski. Klinowski singled his last time up. He steps into the batter's box. He's hitting .340 on the season, .400 on base percentage. First pitch he sees outside, and ball number 1. Garrett Blankenbiller now at 52 pitches in this game, 28 for strikes. Artie Ramirez jumps out and gets a big lead off at first. Blankenbiller looks him back into the bag. Klinowski's going to step out. He'll take a little bit of a warm-up swing, step back in. Pitch is fouled off to the left of our press box. Evens the count at 1 apiece.
Looked like Artie was in motion on the pitch there. Could have been a hit and run. That ball looked a bit outside for Jacob to be swinging at there, or it could have just been steal. Got a pretty decent jump.
It was definitely off the end of the bat, for sure. Throw back to first. It rolls away. Artie Ramirez slow to get up. He'll walk it off. Almost have to wonder if Dom Folk might not have maybe stepped on him.
No, it looked like the ball nailed him right in the ribs.
Oh. See, that's another good reason why it's good to have people up here.
Yeah.
You guys see things that I don't always see.
Well, the same thing happened to me a couple weeks ago.
The 1-1 count to Jacob Klinowski. Over the outer edge of the zone, and strike number 2. You guys not only get hit in the batter's box, you can wear them out in the field as well. Out and up, evens the count at 2 apiece.
Looks like we were talking about Jacob's open stance. With 2 strikes, he definitely closes it off, chokes it up. Good approach.
Pitch misses outside. Another full count for the pitcher Blankenbiller. Blankenbiller doing a little bit of stretching on the mound. He'll come set. The payoff pitch. Fouled off and over towards the beer garden here at Cavalier Field. Will do the payoff over again.
Yeah, it looked like with 3-2, Jacob widened his stance again, went back to his normal swing. He was looking for a meatball down the middle, it looks like.
Payoff pitch again. Chopped foul right down the third base line, and Coach Woodruff there to gather it in. Throws into the pitcher Blankenbiller. Will do it over again. Another long extended at bat. Artie Ramirez, it took 11 pitches to get him onto first base. Pitch over the head of the shortstop. Artie Ramirez rounding second. It will be a stand-up double for Jacob Klinowski. We're going to have a mound visit from the Rough Riders coach, and the night may be done already for Blankenbiller.
Doesn't look like anybody's been warming up in the bullpen yet, though, so we'll see who they go with.
So is it just a mound visit? Yep. The mound visit is over. And we'll resume play with Andrew Ramirez at bat. Ramirez walked on his last time up. He steps into the batter's box, hitting .242 on the season. 385 on-base percentage. He takes the first pitch he sees for strike number 1. Runners on second and third for the Dodge City A's with 2 away here in the bottom of the second. A pitch misses outside. Evens the count at 1 apiece. Blankenbiller shaking a couple of signs off. He's got it and comes set. The 1-1 offering swung on and missed, and Now down in the count, 1-2 is Andrew Ramirez. The Dodge City A's with the win tonight can guarantee at least a series split. Pitch in and down in the turf. Evens the count at 2 apiece. The 2-2 delivery from Blankenbiller. Fouled off. That will send the first base coach, Dylan Weaver, over to gather that one in. We'll do the 2-2 over again. The A's will play again against these Rough Riders here tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. start. The 2-2 offering. Swung on and missed, and down goes Andrew Ramirez. That will end the inning for the Dodge City A's. We are headed to the top of the third. A's leading 6-0. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Take this opportunity to thank our Grand Slam sponsors, the City of Dodge City and Ford County, Curbs Law Office, McDonald's Keel Enterprises LLC, Lewis Automotive Group, Lauren Dahl, and the Community Foundation of Southwest Kansas. Thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. Leading off in the top of the third, it is Ryan Chacon. Chacon came in to take over after Jack Hamilton wore one, what looks like off of his arm, out in left field. A big swing and a miss, and Chacon down in the count 0-1. Ball's fouled off, and now 0-2.
Looks a little bit behind on Tyson, those first two swings. Tyson's got some pretty decent velocity, high 80s, low 90s.
Definitely reactionary swings based from what I've seen at this vantage point. Check swing, and they say he went. He'll go down on strikes. That will return us back to the top of the order with Sam Morris. Morris 0-for-1. He grounded out his first time up. And the trend continues with at least one strikeout in every inning for the Rough Riders. First pitch in to Morris. A ball. Big swing and a miss. That will even the count at 1 apiece. Kerr working quickly. That ball's hit foul and well out of play into the field off to our left. Down in the count 1-2 is Morris. Pitch sent out to right field. It will fall in. It hits against the bottom of the wall, rolls back in. Morris digging for third. He'll be there. A triple for Sam Morris, and Rough Riders with runner aboard. A ball that might have been a little misplayed by both Widener and Klinowski. It bounced off the bottom of the wall and right back towards left center field. That brings in Wes Miller. Miller walked on his last time up. Pitch down for ball number 1.
And I would definitely say that this field is not easy for outfielders. The grass is pretty uneven. You don't really know where the ball's bouncing. The fence is hard, so you get weird ricochets.
On the fence is
Solid wood.
how do you say it? Not in the greatest of repair?
No, it's well worn.
Well used.
Yeah.
It's a well used fence.
So you get a lot of weird kicks.
Pitch hit on the ground, fielded by Artie Ramirez. Throw to first will not be in time. Wes Miller aboard, and the A's now lead this one 6-1.
Yeah, that's a tough judgment call for a third baseman to make there. Made a heck of a play just getting the ball in his glove. But he was moving down the first baseline, and you got to make that split-second decision. And
It was an athletic move by Artie Ramirez just to get that ball cut off.
absolutely.
So that will bring in Keegan Soltis. Soltis struck out swinging his first time up. Takes the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. The outfield grass, I don't know how well you can see it in the live stream. There are definitely spots where you can tell that it needs some water. Soltis takes a big swing and drops to a knee. Evens a count at 1 apiece.
Yeah, very unpredictable, Justin, for sure. Especially you get a line drive right at you, a one-hop in the outfield. You don't know which way it's going to bounce. Quite a few doubles this season, a couple triples, simply because of the grass. And not to mention, when it gets dark, the lights in center field, we've had a couple of those moments where you lose the ball when it goes over the lights.
Ball hit on a rocket, goes foul. Evens a count at 2 apiece. The Rough Riders last night, they scored 1 in the 3rd and then 2 in the 6th. That pitch in, a full count now to Keegan Soltis. Swing and a miss. Soltis goes down to a knee. He'll go down on strikes, and that will bring in Dominic Bronk. Bronk hit into the fielder's choice his last time up.
And that's great pitching, giving up a double, or actually giving up a triple, and then a run, and then coming back with a strikeout.
Ooh, a bad throw. That will move Wes Miller all the way to 3rd. Throwing error on the Dodge City A's, and runner on third now for the Rough Riders. So we will go back to play. First pitch to Dominic Bronk. In and catches the outer part of the zone for strike number one. Decent crowd on hand for a weekday night here at Cavalier Field. Pitch misses and evens a count at one apiece. It's also Lewis Automotive Night, one of the buyout sponsors for the Dodge City A's. The 1-1 delivery from Pereira. Check swing. They'll say he went. One and two now to Bronk. Pitch misses outside. A check swing again. 2-2. Tyson Pereira now 2 2/3 innings pitched. 53 pitches so far, 33 for strikes. Swing and a miss. I'll say he foul-tipped it. That will end the inning for the Rough Riders. We're headed to the bottom of the third. It will be Michael Widener, Rubio Duran, and Angelo Zazzarino due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. We are headed into the home half of the third inning. Michael Widener leading off for the Dodge City A's. He got on an error his last time up. Widener steps into the box. He's hitting 170 on the season, a 250 on-base percentage. First pitch in, misses to the outside. Something to watch. The pitcher, Blankenbiller, sometimes it's almost like he trips after the delivery. Went in for a strike. 1-1. There's been several times he's caught himself on one hand as he came around with the delivery. Pitch is fouled off and ding, round one off the pole. 1-2.
That could have something to do with the thick turf on the mound. Not sure, though. Not really any of our other pitchers have that issue. Their home field is all dirt, so it's definitely a different surface.
Indeed. Pitch in and catches the outer part of the zone. Widener goes down looking. One away for the Dodge City A's. That brings in the catcher, Rubio Duran. He is 0 for 1. Flew out into shallow left field his last time up. Duran steps in. He's hitting .259 on the season. .317 on base percentage. Takes the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. One down low as well. 2-0 the count to the catcher Duran. One misses now to the outside. 3-0. It's always kind of amazing how streaky things can go, going from a strikeout to now 3 straight out of the zone.
Yeah, I mean, you could compare that to our season we've had so far.
That one catches the outer part of the zone. 3-1 the count to Duran. And yes, the A's themselves have been rather streaky as well. Opened the season 0-6, went on an 8-game winning streak. That was snapped with a 3-game losing streak in Colorado. Swing and a miss. A full count now to Duran. The A's now on a 4-game winning streak. The payoff pitch from Blankenbiller. One misses inside and runner aboard for the Dodge City A's with one away. That will bring in Angelo Zazzarino. Zazzarino walked on his last time up. We're going to see the courtesy runner. Courtesy runner for the Dodge City A's tonight will be Kyle Morrell. So that brings in Zazzarino. He walked on his last time up. Zazzarino hitting .269 on the season, .355 on base percentage. That ball in high and tight at the rib cage, 1-0. Blankenbiller making his work in his 3rd inning. Pitch up high, now 2-0 to Angelo Zazzarino. Blankenbiller at 77 pitches so far. 42 have been strikes.
Still no action in the bullpen for the Rough Riders.
Pitch is down and Morrell takes off. He is in safely at second. 3-0 the count to Angelo Zazzarino. So the A's showing that they are going to be aggressive on the base paths tonight. Multiple stolen bases already in this game.
It's definitely good to see with the amount of speed we have on this team.
That pitch up and in, and that will put runners now on first and second for the A's. We're going to have a mound visit. So We're going to step aside during this mound visit. We'll be back shortly. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Okay, so play resumes. And here's what we have. Dominic Bronk now pitching for the Rough Riders. Dom Folk at third, Wes Miller at short, Keegan Soltis at second, and Cameron Gardner at first. It is a 2-1 count to Roberto Gonzalez, and he'll foul that one off. Now 2-2. Gonzalez 2 for 2 in this game. He's singled both times he's been at the plate. Gonzalez with a .542 slugging percentage for the A's. A wild pitch. That will advance the runners to second and third.
Number 7 came out onto the field with no time to warm up in the bullpen. So
Pitch is grounded right back at the pitcher, Dominic Bronk. Out number one for the out two for the Dodge City A's. So for the first time, Gonzalez is retired. The runners are held up at second and third. That will bring in Brendan O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan 0 for 2. He flew out his last time up. Brendan O'Sullivan with a .494 slugging percentage on the season. Take the first pitch he sees and fouls it off. Strike number one. The 0-1 delivery is fouled off again, and out of play down in the count 0-2 is Brendan O'Sullivan. He's going to take a step out of the batter's box, adjust his batting gloves. He'll step back in to face the new pitcher, Dominic Bronk. That ball's hit high and deep. It's headed down the line. It's twisting foul. It will drop out of play past the outfield wall. Third straight foul ball hit by Brendan O'Sullivan.
that ball was hit plenty far to be a home run if it was fair.
I believe that's what you would call tattooed.
Yes. And it was awfully close to being fair, too.
The 0-2 delivery again. That ball's hit fair. It's headed out into left center field. The center fielder Morris there to gather it in. That ends the inning for the A's. We are headed to the top of the fourth. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Take this opportunity to thank our home run sponsors, Rabine Brothers Law Firm, Conant Construction LLC, Parker Haskins Insurance Incorporated, Duke Energy, Edward Jones Melanie Harshberger, Town Place Suites by Marriott, and EDF Renewables Incorporated, Spearville 3 Wind Project. Thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. Mark Hamry leading off the top of the fourth for the Rough Riders. That pitch in and low. Looks like it might have scraped some of the white lining of the turf up. 2-0 the count now to Hamry. Tyson Pereira out for his fourth inning of work. Ball hit foul down the third base line. 2-1. Ball's hit on the ground, fielded by Gonzalez at second. Throw to right at first, out number one for the Rough Riders. That will bring in Dom Folk. Well, it is Dom Folk that is due up. That is him. There was a host of changes made in the bottom of the third. Folk takes the first pitch he sees. It's outside, looked like a slider for ball number 1. Bounces off the glove of Duran, 2-0 to Folk. Swing and a miss. Now 2-1. Another swing and a miss, and that evens the count at 2 apiece. Pitches hit on the ground, fielded by Gonzalez at second. Throw to right at first. He will tag Folk. Out number 2 for the Rough Riders. Folk knew he was out. He come to a pretty well a complete stop on the base paths.
Yeah. Roberto got that ball to first pretty quick. Wouldn't have had any chance to get out of the way.
That brings in Cameron Gardner. Gardner 0 for 1, flew out his last time up and takes a hack that makes it look like he was swinging for the fences. Down in the count, 0-1. Tyson Pereira has made 2 6-inning outings. Those were against the Hazelarks on June the 28th and against the Game Day Angels on June the 20th. Pitch in and down gets Gardner swinging, now down in the count 1-2.
He's definitely still going strong here in the fourth. His stuff still looks very good.
One misses just outside. Pereira thought he had it.
Yeah, that slider caught the corner for sure. Tough to see as a pitcher.
That one is outside. A full count now to Cameron Gardner. The payoff pitch from Pereira. Ball's fouled off the end of the bat. We'll do the payoff over again. Something that the Rough Riders have not done much of is work full counts. The payoff pitch. One's hit on the ground. It just out of the outstretched arms of Andrew Ramirez, and runner aboard for the Rough Riders. So that will bring in the catcher, Braden Miracle. Miracle struck out looking his last time up. First pitch he sees on the inner part of the zone, strike number 1.
Tyson's really landing these sliders very well this inning.
Swung on, it's off the chest of the home plate umpire. He's going to take a walk down the line. We'll deliver some extra balls. Duran's going to go out and have a quick chat with his pitcher, Pereira. Duran doing it more so probably as a courtesy to allow home plate umpire to gather himself again. So So we'll go back to play. 0-2 the count to the catcher, Braden Miracle.
And there's that slider again.
Right on the outside edge of the zone. Miracle goes down looking. That will end the inning for the Rough Riders. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth. Carson Wright, Artie Ramirez, and Jacob Klonowski due up when we return. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Leading off in the bottom of the fourth, it is Carson Wright. He steps in, 1 for 2 on the evening, flew out his last time up as the A's are making their third trip around the batting order. Right with a swing and a miss, and that pitch bounces in the turf ahead of the home plate, evens the count at 1 apiece. Carson Wright he'll take that pitch. It's headed out into center field. It is caught by the center fielder Morris, out number 1 for the Dodge City A's. That will bring in Artie Ramirez. Ramirez 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. Ramirez steps into the batter's box. He's slugging .750 on the season. Pitch misses up high. Now 2-0 to Artie Ramirez. Bronk back out on the mound after taking over pitching duties for the Rough Riders in the bottom of the third. A 4-pitch walk to Artie Ramirez and runner aboard for the Dodge City A's. That brings in Jacob Klonowski. Klonowski 2 for 2, a single and a double so far in this game. Jacob Klonowski slugging .453 on the season. The A's collectively as a hitting staff hitting .285 overall as a team. Klinowski in to face Bronk. First pitch he sees inside at his legs, ball number 1. Sun beginning the process of going down here at Cavalier Field. That pitch outside, now 2-0. About half of the outfield covered in shadows. Go ahead.
That sun will be straight in the eyes of the first baseman at about this time.
There might be some purpose as to why the A's take the third base dugout. The 3-1 or now 3-1 count to Jacob Klinowski. Strike called on the outer edge of the zone. That pitch rocketed foul down the first base line, sent the first base coach Don Weaver bending backwards. The payoff pitch from Bronk. It's hit on the ground, fielded at second, throw to second base. So a fielder's choice for Jacob Klinowski, the leading runner Artie Ramirez out. Klinowski in safely at first.
Yeah, the second baseman definitely took too much time on that ground ball, which wasn't that hard hit to begin with. And Jacob with a good hustle down the line.
Throw over to first, not in time.
Yikes, that was close.
That will bring in Andrew Ramirez. Andrew is 0 for 1 in this game. He struck out swinging his last time up. Swing and a miss, and down in the count 0-1. Andrew Ramirez slugging .371 on the season. Pitch down, evens a count at 1 apiece. Pitch is hit. It's headed as a fly ball, fielded by the second baseman Soltis. That will end the inning for the A's. We are headed to the top of the 5th. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Take this opportunity to thank our triple sponsor, Cargill Meat Solutions. Thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. We are headed into the top of the 5th inning. The A's leading 6-1. Ryan Chacon leading off for the Rough Riders. Chacon 0 for 1. He struck out swinging his last time up. Takes the first pitch he sees for strike number 1. Tyson Pereira back out on the mound for his now 5th inning of work. 0-2 the count to Chacon. Swing and a miss, and Chacon goes down swinging again. 3 pitches, 1 out for the Rough Riders. That will bring in Sam Morris. The Rough Riders back at the top of the order, making their 3rd trip around the batting order now. Morris 1 for 2. He tripled his last time up. That was a ball that was blistered out into right center field. It careened back in towards center to allow Morris in safely at 3rd. He takes the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. That one misses outside, ball number 2. Both bullpens unoccupied at this point. 3-0 the count now to Sam Morris. We said it before in the broadcast, and here it is again. A leadoff strikeout, now 3 straight misses. That ball's hit up and over the lights and out of play. Strike number 1. The 3-1 delivery. So he misses up high. A walk issued to Sam Morris. That will bring in Wes Miller. Miller 1 for 1. He singled his last time up. Oh, 1 the count now to Miller.
Another slider that Tyson seems pretty unhappy with the call. Definitely looked like it caught some black there.
The 1-1 offering from Tyson. That one swung on and missed. Down in the count, 1-2 now is Miller.
Great block from the catcher, Ruby, there.
Pitch was hit foul. It drops just beside the first base dugout. We'll do the 1-2 over again. Sam Morris took off on that pitch. He would have been safe at second. Foul erase that one. Will do it. See the 1-2 from Pereira. Back pick back down to first. Almost to strike him out, throw him out. 2 away now for the Rough Riders. That will bring in Keegan Soltis. Soltis takes the first pitch he sees outside, ball number 1. Soltis is 0 for 2 in this game, struck out swinging both times he has been at the plate. Ball's hit on the ground, fielded by Shortstop Ramirez throw to right at first. That will end the inning for the Rough Riders. And there's that cheesy smile from Tyson Pereira as he comes off. We're headed to the bottom of the fifth. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Leading off in the bottom of the fifth, it is Michael Widener. Widener 0 for 2. He struck out looking his last time up. They'll take the first pitch he sees. He fouls it off down in the count 0-1. He will face Dominic Bronk. Bronk back out for now his third inning of work.
The A's are going to need some runs here if they want to get out in 7,
That
and that's going to give them some runs.
High and deep. It's headed to right field. It is gone. A solo shot for Michael Widener, and the A's now lead this one 7-1.
He got all of that ball.
A solo home run for Michael Widener. His first home run of the season for the Dodge City A's, and the A's now with a 6-run lead. That will bring in, and right on cue, you were just talking about needing some runs, and
Yeah.
there it is. We got our run. A 348-footer into the right power alley, and we're back to work with Rubio Duran. Duran steps in. He is 0 for 1 in this game. He walked on his last time up. I didn't get to say it, but Michael Widener was slugging 189 on the season, and now Duran in the box slugging 293. The 0-1 delivery. That ball's hit hard but out of play. Evens a count at 1 apiece. So the 1-1 count to Rubio Duran. Up high and tight. Brings a count to 2-1. And no, we're not talking about the haircut either. Pitch is fouled off. That will even the count at 2 apiece. So far in this game, the Rough Riders, 1 run, 4 hits. They've committed an error and stranded 5. The A's, 7 runs on 7 hits. They've committed 1 error and stranded 6. The 2-2 delivery from Bronk. It catches the outer part of the zone, and Duran's not happy with himself. He goes down looking. 1 away for the A's. That brings in Angelo Zazzarino. Zazzarino, yet to record an official at bat, has walked on both times he's been at the plate.
He's definitely going to be looking to swing here. And Zaz has a lot of power.
Zazzarino, you talk about power. He's slugging .462 on the season. He takes the first pitch he sees and fouls it off. Down in the count, 0-1. The 0-1 delivery. Zaz checks the swing. They appeal down.
Believe it was called a strike.
Pitch is fouled off, and we'll do the 0-2 over again. Few high clouds filtering in from the north. Nights like this are what makes some pretty awesome sunsets here in western Kansas. It's fouled off again, and we'll repeat the 0-2 again. That one misses just outside. 1-2 now to Zazzarino.
It's always the toughest ball to lay off. Fastball outside with 2 strikes.
That one down low and bounces about a foot ahead of home plate. 2-2. The Liberal BJs, that ball's hit on the ground, fielded at third base. Throw to first. Not in time. The speed of Zazzarino beat that one out. Infield not really happy with that call. Zazzarino in safely at first. Earlier tonight, the Liberal BJs defeated the Denver Cougars 8-3. So the BJs will remain atop the league standings. And that will bring in Roberto Gonzalez. Gonzalez 2 for 3. He grounded out his last time up. He takes the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. Roberto Gonzalez with 19 hits on the season, 14 singles. We'll add another one. That one's hit out into right field in the gap. Runners on first and second now for the Dodge City A's.
He's having one heck of a day.
Indeed he is. That will bring in Brendan O'Sullivan, who is not having one heck of a day. O'Sullivan 0 for 3 in this game, grounded out his last time up. The A's now making their 4th trip through the batting order. O'Sullivan steps in with 28 hits on the season, 22 singles, 2 doubles, and 4 home runs. Takes the first pitch he sees for strike number 1. That one again over the outer edge of the zone. 0-2 now to Brendan O'Sullivan with 1 away. A's leading 7-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. one just misses. They appeal down to the field umpire. They say no, he does not swing. 1-2 now to O'Sullivan. Bronk has his sign and come set. Runners take off. A delayed steal from Roberto Gonzalez. Zazarino took off like a rocket. Gonzalez was like, well, you're doing it. I might as well go too. 2-2 the count now. That ball's hit high, but fielded by the second baseman, out number 2 for the Dodge City A's. So that will bring in Carson Wright. Wright 1 for 3 in this game. He flew out his last time up. Carson Wright with 7 hits on the season. That ball's hit out into center field. It's fielded by Sam Morris. That will end the inning for the A's. We are headed to the top of the 6th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Pitcher Dominic Bronk leading off the top of the 6th for the Rough Riders. He's out to face Tyson Pereira. Pitcher on pitcher. Bronk now down in the count 0-2. Bronk is 0 for 2 on this game. Foul tipped out his last time up. Misses just outside, and 1-2 now to the pitcher Bronk. Swung on and missed, and Bronk goes down swinging. Out number 1 for the Rough Riders. Tenth strikeout of the game for Tyson Pereira. He has Mark Hamry down in the count 0-1. Hamry is 0 for 2. He grounded out his last time up. Swing and a miss, and Hamry's down quickly 0-2. Hamry goes down swinging, now 2 away for the Rough Riders. back-to-back strikeouts, and that will bring in Dom Folk. Folk, 1 for 2. He grounded out his last time up. That one hit on the ground. Fielded by Gonzalez. Throw to first in time. That will end the inning for the Rough Riders. Pereira happy with himself, showing some emotion. As he walks off the field. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. It will be Artie Ramirez, Jacob Klinowski, and Andrew Ramirez due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. We're going to take this opportunity and thank our double sponsors. Winter Livestock Incorporated, I Don't Care Family Restaurant and Sports Bar, Kelly Hendricks DDS, Western Beverage, Village Square Merchants Association, ITC Great Plains LLC, Kirby Meat Company, Best Water of Southwest Kansas, Danny Thomas, Victory Electric Cooperative Association Incorporated, and Farm Bureau Wealth Management and C for Gone. Thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's Baseball. Leading off in the bottom of the 6th, it is Artie Ramirez. He is 1 for 2, walked on his last time up and fouls the first pitch he sees for strike number 1. That one's popped up, falls foul. Down in the count 0-2 is Ramirez. Artie Ramirez with 13 hits on the season, 5 singles, 5 doubles, and 3 home runs. The 0-2 delivery is foul tipped. Out number 1 for the A's. That will bring in Jacob Klinowski. Klinowski 2 for 3. He hit into a fielder's choice his last time up. Klinowski steps in. He has 18 hits on the season, 12 singles, 6 doubles. Takes the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. That one misses now on the inside, 2-0 to Jacob Klinowski. The A's leading this game 7-1 for those of you that have just joined in. The A's scored 4 in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 in the 5th. That ball bounces off of home plate. 3-0 the count now to Jacob Klinowski. That ball's hit. It's headed out into right field, but snagged out of the air by Mark Hamry. Out number 2 for the Dodge City A's. That will bring in Andrew Ramirez. Andrew Ramirez is 0 for 2 on this game. Flew out his last time up. Andrew Ramirez has 15 hits on the season, 10 singles, 3 doubles, 1 triple, and 1 home run. Pitch. This is outside. 1-0, the count to Andrew. The 2-0 count. That one misses outside. Now 3-0. A 4-pitch walk, and Andrew Ramirez is aboard. That will bring in Michael Widener. Widener is 1 for 3 in this game. A solo home run into the right power alley his last time up. Michael Widener steps in. 9 hits on the season, 8 singles, 1 double, and now add a home run to that. So now we're back to play. Widener fouls off the first pitch he sees, strike number 1. The 0-1 delivery from Bronk. He's going to look back over, attempt the throw to first. Home plate umpire is going to go out and ask questions.
Yeah, it looked like the confusion there was...
Maybe a balk, I think, is what they were trying to ask.
Yeah, the on-field umpire thought it was a balk, but it looked like the pitcher did step off the rubber.
So the 0-1 count to Michael Widener. Misses outside, now 1-1. Widener hits one. It's headed out into right field. It is bounced off the wall right at the 348 sign. Ramirez digging for home. The throw in. Not in time. The A's now lead this one 8-1. A stand-up double for Michael Widener. So a home run and a double now in this game. And the A's continue.
He is swinging it great today. Loving that right center gap.
That brings in Arubio Duran. Duran struck out looking his last time up. Ruby Duran, he is 13 hits on the season. 15 hits. 13 of those singles, 2 doubles. First pitch he sees. It's hit high and deep. It's headed into left field. It is gone. A 2-run home run for catcher Arubio Duran, and the A's now lead this one 10-1. Two home runs in this game, a solo shot by Michael Widener, and now a 2-run homer from Arubio Duran. So that will bring up a mound visit. The A's swinging it here tonight. Zazarino steps in. He is 1 for 1, singled his last time up. Angelo Zazarino with 7 hits on the season, 3 singles, 3 doubles, 1 triple. He'll foul off the first pitch he sees for strike number 1. The 0-1 delivery from Bronk. Misses outside, now 1-1. One and two, the count to Angelo Zazarino. That ball's hit high. It's headed out into shallow field. Bounces off the glove. Throw to second is not in time. Zazarino in safely. The shortstop, Wes Miller, dropped that ball out in. He dropped the ball, and that was more of a reactionary move. I think he was shielding himself as he realized the ball was right on top of him.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a hit or an error. It looked like a tough play regardless, but
I'm going to rule it a hit.
Zazarino really flipped on the burners there and got to second. Showing off the speed once again.
So that brings in Roberto Gonzalez, runner on second for the A's. Gonzalez 3 for 4 in this game, singled his last time up. And Roberto Gonzalez, he comes into tonight, 19 hits on the season, 14 singles, 3 doubles, 2 triples. He is currently in the count at 2-0. Ball high and outside, now 3-0 to Roberto Gonzalez. Gonzalez, having himself a night, has singled every time he's hit the ball. That pitch is popped up. Catcher and pitcher giving chase. It is fielded cleanly by the catcher, Miracle. That will end the inning for the A's. We're headed to the top of the 7th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Tyson Pereira out for his now 7th inning of work. Going out for his longest outing yet. His previous longest outings, 2 6-inning outings. We're now into the top of the 7th. It will be Cameron Gardner leading off for the Rough Riders. Gardner steps in. He is 1 for 2 on the evening. He singled his last time up. He will step in to face Pereira. First pitch he sees over the inner edge for strike number 1. Down in the count quickly. 0-2 is Gardner. The A's leading this one 10-1 after 2-run home run by the catcher Duran. That ball hit on the ground, fielded by Carson Wright. 3-U put out to start the inning. 1 away for the Rough Riders.
Tyson's fastball is looking just as good as it did in the first here in the top of the 7th.
Indeed. Tyson Pereira. We're in the 7th inning now at 99 pitches in this game. 65 of those have been strikes.
Still no action in the bullpen, which could indicate that Coach Woodruff has confidence that Tyson will finish this inning without any problems.
That ball up to the catcher Miracle. 1-0 the count. Miracle 0 for 2 in this game, has struck out looking both times he's been at the plate. Ball misses up again, 2-0.
That was a close one on the black.
That one well outside, 3-0 now to the catcher Miracle. 6 straight have been retired. For the Rough Riders. A swing on that one, down in the count, or in the count now at 3-1. That one misses. A walk issued to the catcher Miracle. That will bring in Ryan Chacon. Chacon is over 2 in this game. He has struck out both times he's been at the plate.
Now batting number 20, Ryan Chacon.
One and 0 the count to Chacon. Catches the outer part of the zone, evens the count at 1 apiece.
And now it looks like Christian Machado, the left-handed pitcher, is getting warm in the bullpen.
So he's just getting started. Pitch misses outside, 2-1. Pereira set. Ball over the inner part of the zone. Evens the count at 2 apiece. Two and 2 with 1 away. Going in, a full count to Chacon.
Not a bad spot to go with 2 strikes.
The payoff pitch from Pereira. Up and runners on first and second now for the for the Rough Riders. We're going to have a mound visit from Coach Woodruff. This mound visit more likely is to buy some time for Machado to get ready. Pereira out. He's now in his longest outing at 6 1/3.
Really solid appearance for Tyson. And Christian Machado warming up in the pen. His fastball is low to mid 80s with a very effective curveball and slider combination. And when he locates his changeup, he can be a very, very impressive arm from the left side.
Coach Woodruff giving the sign to get ready. He's showing hurry up. Up until this point, there has been at least one strikeout in every inning for the Rough Riders. So we will go back to play. And it will be Sam Morris at the plate for the Rough Riders. Morris is 1 for 2. He walked on his last time up. Ball up. 1-0, the count to Sam Morris.
I think I'd love to trade that strikeout for a little ground ball to the shortstop Ramirez right about now.
Right now, that would be a ground ball double play would be awesome. Swing and a miss, and Morris was going for the fences on that one. Evens the count at 1 apiece. That ball's hit. It's headed out into the gap of left field, and it is over the outfield fence, a 3-run home run for Sam Morris. The A's now lead this one 10-4. That will bring in Wes Miller. And that will end the night for Tyson Pereira. Tough way to see Tyson go out after his performance tonight. Coach Woodruff coming out to relieve Pereira of his pitching duties. He's pitched a good one.
Definitely.
We'll tell you about his performance coming up, and also about the stats for Christian Machado when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Night for Tyson Pereira is done. He will go 6 1/3, faces 28 batters, throws 113 pitches, 70 of those for strikes, allows 4 runs, all 4 were earned, struck out 11, 5 hits, and walked 4. He had 1 home run And that will be the stat line for Tyson Pereira in tonight's contest. We now have Christian Machado on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Machado making his 13th appearance. He has pitched 15.1 innings, allowed 15 hits, 19 runs, 18 earned, walked 21 and struck out 21. He has a 10.565 ERA. So he will come in to face Wes Miller with one away here in the top of the third. If you're just joining us, the Rough Riders scored 1 in the third and now 3 in the seventh. The A's 4 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the fifth, and 3 in the sixth. The first pitch from Machado catches the outer edge of the zone. Strike number 1 to Wes Miller. Pitch. This is outside, 1-1 now, the count. And unlike Pereira, Machado takes a little bit of time to get himself situated back on the rubber.
Machado also will mix up his timing in his delivery to the plate. He'll mix in a quick pitch. He'll do a hold. And honestly, his ERA doesn't really tell the full picture of his talent. He's had a few rough outings, but his stuff is definitely good enough to get the A's out of this here.
Indeed. Swing and a miss, and down in the count 1-2 is Miller. Machado's longest outing, a 3-inning outing against the Fort Collins Foxes. That came back on June the 19th. Swing and a miss, and Miller goes down on strikes. That will bring in Keegan Soltis with 2 away for the Rough Riders. Soltis 0 for 3 in this game. He grounded out his last time up. On the season, Machado has struck out 21. Now 22. First pitch gets Soltis swinging. Down in the count, 0-1. The 0-1 delivery from Machado. This is outside and evens the count at 1 apiece. The 1-1 delivery. High and outside, 2-1 the count to Keegan Soltis. Machado last pitch for the Dodge City A's back on July the 10th. A game against the Denver Cougars. That one catches his zone, evens the count at 2 apiece. That a 1-inning outing. He took the win in that game. 2 hits, 2 runs. Struck out 3. Pitch is popped up. Carson Wright has it. That will end the inning for the Rough Riders. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th. It is stretch time in Dodge City. Brendan O'Sullivan, Carson Wright, and Artie Ramirez due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Leading off the bottom of the 7th, it is Brendan O'Sullivan. He's 0 for 4 in this game. He's back out to face Dominic Bronk. O'Sullivan, he'll step in. Now in the count at 2-0. The A's making their 5th trip around the batting order. That pitch hit just out of the outstretched arms of the shortstop Wes Miller, a leadoff single for the Dodge City A's. So that brings in Carson Wright. Carson Wright 1 for 4 in this game. He flew out his last time up. So Brendan O'Sullivan, he has 22 RBIs on the season and has scored 20 runs of his own. Carson Wright, he has 3 RBIs and has scored 3 runs of his own. He takes the first pitch. He sees for strike number 1. Big swing and a miss by Wright. Down in the count 0-2. O2 delivery misses down low. 1-2 now to Wright. That ball's hit in the gap. That will move O'Sullivan over to second, Wright at first. Back-to-back singles to lead off the bottom of the 7th for the Dodge City A's. That will bring in Artie Ramirez. Ramirez comes in. He is 1 for 3 in this game. Hit foul tip strikeout his last time up. Artie Ramirez. That ball's hit high. It's going deep. Chacon at the wall. It is gone. A 3-run home shot. 3-run home run for Artie Ramirez. The A's now lead this one 13-4. So a solo shot, a 2-run, and now a 3-run homer in this game. And the A's have scored in every inning except the 3rd and 4th.
That's 15 hits now for the A's.
So that, indeed, the A's have out-hit the Rough Riders in this game 15-5. That will bring in Jacob Klinowski. Klinowski is 2 for 4. He flew out his last time up. Jacob Klinowski, he comes in with 11 RBIs on the season and has scored 9 runs of his own. So Klinowski steps in, then steps back out, takes a swing. Now he'll step back in to face the pitcher Bronk. First pitch he sees in over the inner edge for strike number 1.
Now the A's only need 1 more run to end the game by way of mercy rule.
A little excuse me hack, and that one's going to drop into right field. A single for Klinowski, his 2nd of the game. The A's are still in business with nobody out. That will bring in Andrew Ramirez. Andrew Ramirez is 0 for 2. He walked on his last time up. Andrew Ramirez with 17 RBIs on the season. He has scored 18 runs of his own. Takes the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. You're correct, Tyler. The A's are 1 run away from the run rule. A big swing and a miss by Ramirez, and that evens the count at 1 apiece.
Andrew was definitely trying to go home with that swing.
He was trying to finish the game.
Yeah.
He'll take that one over the outer edge for strike 2. There are now several kids gathered along the outfield wall. Pitch fouled off back over top of the press box. We'll do the 1-2 over again.
Andrew's first home run this season was a grand slam.
It was. And a monster grand slam at that. Throw back to first was not in time. That ball down low evens the count at 2 apiece.
Looks like we have another left-handed pitcher, Matthew Sandoval, warming up in the bullpen for the Dodge City A's.
That one's fouled off. We'll do the 2-2 over again. Ball's hit on the ground. Fielded by the shortstop. Throw to second. Throw to first was in time. Now 2 away for the Dodge City A's. So the double play for the Rough Riders, and that will bring in Michael Widener.
Next up for the A's, number 6, Michael Widener.
Michael Widener steps in. He is 2 for 4 on the evening. Doubled his last time up. Takes the first pitch he sees high and outside. Ball number 1. Michael Widener, 3 RBIs on the season, has scored 7 runs of his own coming into tonight's contest. He fouls that one off and evens the count at 1 apiece. Dominic Bronk at 90 pitches in this contest. 53 have been strikes. Pitch in, and I thought it might have hit Widener, but evidently not. 2-1, the count now to Michael Widener. That one in for a strike, evens the count at 2 apiece. Deuces Wild on the board. The 2-2 delivery from Dominic Bronk. A little grounder past the glove of the first baseman, bobbled by the second baseman, Soltis. If you could give multiple errors to a play, you could there, but Michael Widener on safely at first with an error. The second error of the ball game for the Rough Riders. That will bring in Rubio Duran. Duran takes the first pitch. He sees it's hit on the ground, back out into center field. Runners now at first and second for the A's with 2 out. Duran was 1 for 3 coming into that at bat. And we will send the courtesy runner Kyle Morrell out to run for the catcher Duran. That will bring in Zazzarino. Zazzarino is 2 for 2 in this game. A single and a double so far. The A's at the bottom of the order. Zazzarino with 3 RBIs on the season and has scored 6 runs of his own. He takes the first pitch he sees from Bronk for ball number 1. The A's with runners on first and second. That pitch is fouled off and out of play over the clubhouse. Evens a count at 1 apiece. That pitch hit out into left field. Widener coming home. The throw not in time, and that will end the game. The A's take this one 14-4. The RBI single from Angelo Zazzarino will invoke the mercy rule. The A's win this one in 7 innings. Hold on right here, and we will get with your final game numbers. Michael Widener comes in to score to give the A's the 10-run victory. So the A's win this one 14-4. We will be back here tomorrow night for Game 3 of this series, Game 4 overall. Tyson Pereira gets the win in this contest. The loss goes to Blankenbiller. Your final game numbers. The Rough Riders, they score 4 on 5 hits. They commit 2 errors. They will strand 5. The A's, 14 runs, 18 hits. They commit 1 error. They strand 9. That is your final wrap-up here from Cavalier Field. We will be back in action. First pitch, 7 p.m. tomorrow evening as we finish up the series with these Rough Riders. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. I am Justin Hergert. I was alongside Tyler Toby saying so long and good night from Cavalier Field. You've been listening to A's Baseball.